Right now, while you're sleeping peacefully in your bed, your brain could be slowly suffocating. And tomorrow morning, you might not wake up the same person you are today. Or you might not wake up at all. I'm Dr. Bill Harrison, neurologist and stroke specialist. Last Friday at 4:47 a.m., I received an emergency call that changed how I view sleep forever. A healthy 77-year-old man had a massive stroke in his sleep. His wife woke to find him unable to move or speak. When I investigated his case, I discovered his sleeping position had been quietly damaging his brain for years. The most terrifying part? He did everything else right. Exercised, ate well, took his medications. But nobody warned him that how he slept could override all those healthy choices. Before I reveal the 9 deadly sleep habits that could be putting you at risk right now, I need to know something. Type 1 in the comments if you sleep on your back. Type 0 if you're a side or stomach sleeper. This will help me understand who needs this information most urgently. Tonight, I'm exposing 9 common sleeping positions and nighttime routines that are secretly tripling stroke risk in adults over 60. These aren't rare mistakes. These are positions millions of seniors sleep in every single night, believing they're getting healthy rest when they're actually programming their brains for disaster. If you're over 60 and want to protect your brain while you sleep, hit that subscribe button for inspired living right now. What you learn in the next few minutes could be the difference between waking up healthy or not waking up at all. But first, let me tell you about the patient whose case opened my eyes to the deadly connection between sleep position and stroke. Leonard Whitaker, 77, was a retired engineer. Brilliant mind, perfect health habits, never missed a checkup. Every night for 40 years, he slept flat on his back without a pillow. "Keeps my spine straight," he'd say proudly. That Friday morning, his wife found him conscious, but unable to move his right side or form words. The stroke had happened silently while he slept. When I analyzed Leonard's case, I discovered his sleeping position had been creating the perfect conditions for a stroke every single night. And he's not alone. Millions of seniors are unknowingly programming their brains for disaster with how they sleep. Let me show you the 9 deadly sleep mistakes that could be happening in your bedroom tonight. Sleep mistake. Number 1. Sleeping flat on your back with no pillow. Leonard Whitaker thought sleeping flat kept his spine healthy. What he didn't understand was that lying completely flat puts your head level with your heart. This impairs venous drainage from your brain. In young people, blood flows easily, regardless of position. But in seniors with age-stiffened vessels, flat sleeping causes blood to pool in the brain. Pooled blood moves slowly. Slow blood forms clots. Clots cause strokes. It's a deadly cascade that happens silently every single night. For 40 years, Leonard's brain struggled with improper drainage every single night. The cumulative damage finally reached a tipping point. His ischemic stroke was inevitable. Brain scans showed years of micro damage from poor nighttime circulation. The life-saving adjustment. Elevate your head approximately 30 degrees using a wedge pillow or 1 to 2 supportive pillows. This angle allows proper drainage while maintaining spinal alignment. Your brain needs gravity to help blood flow properly during sleep. This simple change can reduce stroke risk by up to 40%. Sleep mistake. Number 2. Sleeping face. Down. Ethel Lawson, 82, had slept on her stomach since childhood. "Only way I can fall asleep," she insisted, but stomach sleeping requires extreme neck rotation to breathe, compressing both vertebral and carotid arteries. This position reduces blood flow to the posterior brain by up to 40%. Add chest compression that limits oxygen intake, and you're creating a nightly stroke rehearsal. The pressure on your chest also reduces lung capacity by 20%, further starving your brain of oxygen. Mrs. Lawson's large cerebellar stroke happened at 3 a.m. The combination of arterial compression and reduced oxygen had finally overwhelmed her brain's compensation mechanisms. She now has permanent balance problems and can no longer live independently. Position correction. Switch to left side sleeping with a firm, properly aligned pillow. If you must sleep prone, use a specialized face-down pillow with breathing space. But honestly, after 65, stomach sleeping is playing with fire. Your arteries can't handle the compression. Sleep mistake. Number 3. Sleeping with heavy blankets over your head. Richard Hale, 81, liked sleeping with blankets pulled over his head. Blocks out noise and light, he explained, but Mr. Hale was creating a deadly oxygen-poor environment every night. Trapped air under blankets quickly becomes depleted of oxygen and rich in carbon dioxide. This nocturnal hypoxia causes blood pressure variability and makes blood thicker and more prone to clotting. Studies show oxygen levels can drop by 15% under heavy blankets. Mr. Hale's morning confusion episodes were actually signs of overnight mini-strokes. When the major stroke hit, he'd been oxygen depriving his brain for years. His cognitive function never fully recovered. Breathing solutions. Never cover your head while sleeping. Use a sleep mask for darkness and earplugs for quiet. Choose breathable bedding materials. Keep room well ventilated with a fan or cracked window. Your brain needs fresh oxygen all night long. Sleep mistake. Number 4. Sleeping upright in a recliner. Barbara Keene, 79, started sleeping in her recliner after back surgery. 5 years later, it had become her permanent bed. More comfortable than lying flat, she said. But recliner sleeping was quietly destroying her circulation. Semi-upright sleeping pools, blood in your legs, and compresses abdominal veins. This weakens blood pressure regulation and promotes clot formation in lower limbs. Those clots can travel to the brain. Additionally, recliner sleeping prevents the natural blood pressure dipping that protects your brain during sleep. Mrs. Keene's lacunar stroke was traced directly to a clot that formed during recliner sleep. Years of compromised circulation had set the stage. She now requires a walker and daily assistance. Better alternatives: return to bed with slight torso elevation using an adjustable base or wedge pillow. If you must use a recliner temporarily, do ankle pumps every time you wake. Set an alarm every 2 hours to move. Never make chair sleeping permanent. Your circulation depends on proper positioning. If this information about recliner sleeping dangers is new to you, type 1 in the comments. Type 0 if you already knew about these risks. Your feedback helps inspired living save more lives. Sleep mistake. Number 5, right side. Sleeping with arm under pillow. Ellis Randall, 75, always slept on his right side with his right arm tucked under his pillow. This position compressed his carotid and subclavian vessels while also putting pressure on the brachial plexus nerves. Compressed vessels slow both arterial flow in and venous flow out. This stagnation promotes clot formation. The nerve compression disrupts sleep cycles, preventing the deep sleep necessary for brain restoration. Blood flow can be reduced by up to 30% in this position. Mr. Randall's right hemisphere stroke was directly linked to his chronic sleeping position. Decades of nightly vessel compression had taken its toll. Safer positioning. Prefer left side sleeping, which puts less pressure on major vessels. Keep arms forward or alongside your body, never under your head. Use a contoured pillow that maintains neck neutrality without needing arm support. Sleep mistake. Number 6, frequent tossing and turning. Nancy Delgado, 76, was a restless sleeper. Multiple position changes every hour, constant movement, never settling. Just can't get comfortable, she complained, but her restlessness was stressing her brain. Repeated sharp position changes disrupt cerebral perfusion. Normal blood pressure dipping during sleep gets interrupted. Cortisol spikes. Microvascular stress accumulates. Each restless night adds stroke risk. Research shows restless sleepers have 45% higher stroke risk than stable sleepers. Mrs. Delgado's small ischemic stroke happened after a particularly restless night. Her brain couldn't handle the constant perfusion changes. Stability solutions address the root cause of restlessness. Avoid late caffeine and alcohol. Use a body pillow for position stability. Ensure proper hydration, but stop fluids 2 hours before bed. Consider a sleep study to rule out sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome. Sleep mistake. Number 7, sleeping after skipping blood pressure or heart medication. Harold Green, 72, occasionally forgot his evening medications. "I'll take them in the morning," he'd think. But Mr. Green didn't realize nighttime is when strokes most often strike. Missing evening doses removes protection during the critical 2 to 6 a.m. window when blood pressure naturally surges. Without medication, this surge can trigger catastrophic events. Your risk increases by 300% with just one missed dose. Mr. Green's stroke happened at 4:15 a.m. after a missed dose. His uncontrolled overnight blood pressure had formed and dislodged a clot. Medication protocol. Never skip evening doses. Use a pill organizer with alarms. Keep a backup dose on your nightstand with water. Ask family to help with reminders. Your life literally depends on consistency. Sleep mistake number 8, cold room, plus poor neck support. Loretta Dixon, 78, kept her bedroom at 58 degrees and used a flat, worn pillow. The combination was deadly. Cold triggers vasoconstriction, while poor neck alignment compromises blood flow through cervical vessels. Miss Dixon's posterior circulation stroke was directly linked to her sleep environment. Cold-induced vessel constriction plus neck hyperflexion had reduced brainstem blood flow to critical levels. Environmental optimization. Maintain room temperature between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Use a medium firm pillow that keeps your neck neutral, not flexed or extended. Avoid drafts on your neck. Your brain needs stable temperature and proper alignment. Sleep mistake. Number 9, sleeping immediately after heavy meal or alcohol. Samuel Morrison, 74, enjoyed big dinners and a nightcap before bed. This routine was programming his brain for stroke. Post-meal blood diversion to digestion plus alcohol's initial vasodilation followed by rebound constriction created nightly blood pressure chaos. Add alcohol-induced dehydration and disrupted sleep architecture, and Mr. Morrison was creating perfect stroke conditions every night. His major stroke happened at 3 a.m. after a particularly heavy dinner with wine. The combination of digestive demands, alcohol effects, and sleep position overwhelmed his system. Timing rules. Finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Limit alcohol and stop drinking 3 hours before sleep. Hydrate with water before bed. Avoid salty or fatty late dinners. Your brain needs stable conditions for safe sleep. Now, let me share the safe sleep protocol that could save your life tonight. Position yourself for success. Left side sleeping is ideal, or back sleeping with 30-degree head elevation. Use a contoured medium firm pillow for neutral neck alignment. Never sleep completely flat or in extreme positions. Optimize breathing and oxygen. Never cover your head. Ensure good room ventilation. Use breathable natural fiber bedding. Keep bedroom windows cracked for fresh air if weather permits. Time everything right. No heavy meals within 3 hours of bedtime. No alcohol within 3 hours of sleep. Take medications on schedule without fail. Empty bladder before bed to avoid position changes. Control your environment. Room temperature between 65 and 68 degrees. Minimize drafts on neck and head. Use appropriate sleepwear for temperature stability. Ensure easy access to water without major position changes. Address underlying issues. For pain or reflux, use wedge pillows, not recliners. If restless, investigate causes with your doctor. Consider sleep study for apnea screening. Never ignore sleep quality issues. Count how many of these risky sleep habits you currently have. Flat back sleeping, stomach sleeping, head covering, recliner sleeping, arm under pillow, restless tossing, medication skipping, cold room with poor support, late meals, or alcohol. Type that number in the comments now. If it's 3 or more, your sleep position is actively threatening your brain every single night. Remember Leonard Whitaker from the beginning? He thought his flat sleeping position was healthy. Now he requires 24-hour care and communicates only through blinking. His wife told me, "If only we'd known that how you sleep could cause a stroke, we would have bought that wedge pillow years ago." But you're different. You now have knowledge Leonard didn't. You can protect your brain tonight. Start with one change tonight. Maybe elevate your head. Maybe skip the nightcap. Maybe set a medication alarm. Small changes compound into life-saving habits. Share this video with everyone over 60 you care about. Leonard's family wishes someone had warned them. Be that warning for others. If this video revealed nighttime dangers you never imagined, hit that like button. Subscribe to Inspired Living for more life-saving insights about protecting your brain. Type 1 if you're committed to changing at least one sleep habit tonight. Type 0 if you're not convinced these changes matter. Your brain's future depends on tonight's choice. This information is for educational purposes only. Always consult your healthcare provider before making significant changes to your sleep position or routines, especially if you have existing cardiovascular, respiratory, or neurological conditions. Remember, sleep isn't just rest, it's brain protection. The position you choose tonight could determine whether you wake up tomorrow with full function or not at all. You now know what Leonard didn't, what thousands of seniors discover too late. Use this knowledge wisely. Sleep smart. Protect your brain. Wake up whole.